Hey, what's up? It's DTM again, and I'm excited because this is actually the first time I've ever been in the tea wagon. So I guess my status around here in Kauai Pharmacy is going up. I was always on the other side where you are, but I'm really stoked to be here because they've got a whole bunch of new stuff, and I was just going to go through it. This is where it all started for me. Jenna was just juicing a bunch of stuff right here, and I ordered a bunch of stuff because normally people buy a $5 shot or something. I remember spending 80 bucks and it was just awesome. And I was like, I would have gave you more. You know what I mean? I felt like it was awesome because I knew the value of what was going on that day. So I'm in the tea wagon and I'm excited. I'm just going to kind of start over here with the teas. This is the herbal tea. This is like a basic herbal recipe. And I just recommend this because it's really great, especially for the winter time, to stay hydrated and alkalizing yourself with the herbs. So obviously you know how to make tea. You just take a little bit of tea, put it in the hot water and create a blend. So this is the Kauai herbal tea with tulsi, lemongrass, ginger, soursop, turmeric, and orange peel. The women's wellness. This is one of the top sellers for sure because it's just gonna balance out all your hormones with the chaste and to help you to make your periods a little bit less. You know, the more heavier things are, the more heavier your period is and stuff. And the women's wellness can help balance all that, soothe your reproductive organs, and help to make your period a little less intense. The love potion is also, I imagine, at least for me, but I think that these are probably the two best sellers. The love potion I highly recommend for men and women. That is the tulsi, the ginger, cinnamon, allspice, turmeric, lemongrass, cacao, ashwagandha, and gotu kola. And that's going to be good for men and women and their hormones. And it's also going to have a lot of circulatory herbs for those people that are freezing their butts off right now. I know it's like 75 in Hawaii today and I'm barefoot and only wearing a shirt because I'm being a professional making videos. But if you're freezing your butt off, the love potion and any of the other formulas with the ginger, the galangal, the regular ginger, and the turmeric is going to be very, very warming for your inside. So you can make a 32-ounce jar of tea, add some of this, some of the honey, which we're going to get into in a minute, stir that up, and then have a tonic that's going to warm you from the inside out. In other words, you don't really want to be drinking a lot of cucumber juice in the middle of winter because it'll cool you internally. But these herbs, when you're freezing your butt off, will not only flush your system and add some vitamins and minerals and enzymes to your body, but it'll also keep you internally warm. Can you dig it? Mulberry leaf tea, I've never tried that. That's 100% mulberry leaf, so I'm going to have to try some of that. Tropical chai, that's kind of like a chai tea. That's just Kauai Pharmacy style. Vitality, that's another top seller. That's just more energy. Purity, if you have any issues with tumors or anything like that, skin growths, the C word, get the purity and drink it. It's a little more bitter, but it's going to pull all those toxins out of your body and flush them out of there. Can you dig it? And here's the immunity. So that's going to keep you, that's going to help enhance your immune system. Big deal right now going on in the world. I mean, it's calmed down a little bit, but you got to keep your immune system up with the lifestyle, and you won't need any of these interventions, let's say. Can you dig it? I got to keep it politically correct. So there's all that. So you've got the large, the medium, and the small, and then I'll move on to just these honeys are top level. I got a bunch of the honeys with my care package. I have not tried the noni honey yet, but I'm looking forward to that. I've tried the ginger honey, and it's epic. I have tried the turmeric honey, and it is epic. The cacao, ginger, turmeric honey mixture all together, that is epic. If you just add that, a tablespoon of the honey to your teas, you've got a real nutritional, warm, excellent winter tonic, okay? To wait for till the spring herbs come when you're drinking the wheatgrass and the green juices to clean out the winter blues, you know, from too much Thanksgiving and Christmas and sitting around too much. Noni honey, here's another, this was the food that I was eating on the mainland that got me to think I got to get back to Kauai Pharmacy and do some marketing, because the nutrition that I tasted and felt in these powders when I was on the mainland, even though I was going to farmers markets once a week was all that I had, and then I'd go to Sprouts, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, okay, the farmers market stuff obviously is always going to be the best, but then I was eating about 50 to 60 of my percent of my food from Sprouts, which is like organic, but like monocrop organic, like swaggy. And I was like trying to survive. I know we're all trying to survive. That's why we got to promote places like this, because then we can survive at a higher level. At least get our hands on some of this stuff to add it into our repertoire of foods that we're using to keep ourselves on a higher frequency, instead of some of the monocrop foods, which are great, you know, fillers, of course, you know, your cabbages and your carrots and your beets and your greens and your vegetables and your fruits, you know, but a lot of times they're not as nutrient dense as something like this that's grown in soil like this, with this biodynamic and biodiversity, plus the care of the owners, the care of all of the workers. It's a real full-on energetic kind of experience. So I'm gonna do this is cacao elena, so cacao, turmeric, ginger, and galangal. This is like super warming. So make a tea, add a teaspoon or two of this, and then a tablespoon of the honey, and you'll have this amazing life-giving tonic. So it's alchemy at the highest levels. Next is the green energy. That's got Bailey spinach, moringa, cacao, green coffee bean, coffee fruit, katuk, and brahmi. So a nice balanced, a little bit stimulating, but not excessively, with the cacao, and also the moringa and the coffee bean. Green coffee bean, far less acidic than the regular coffee. So a really great coffee substitute. Can you dig it? Again, if you want a little bit of pep in your step, then you just add that to your tea and you drink that. And a little bit of powder. I mean, I've eaten more powders than any human on earth, so I love powders. I love juices. I love it all if it's fresh and whole and natural and not poisoned. Can you dig it? I don't want to skip the botanical body butter. I guess I got some of that down here, but that's what I was talking about in the last video. I put that on my lips, and I would put that on any scrapes or dry spots that I would get, and I had quite a bit of those when I was living in the desert. And this is, it's just a moisturizer, and it's made out of macadamia nut oil, one of the best oils to soothe the skin. And the Kauai beeswax, harvested here, and then the cacao, then yarrow, which was that plant that we showed you, the soothing plant, and tea tree, plantain, and noni leaves. So I cannot recommend getting this around. I mean, these things will last, this little one would last, you know, 6 months or more with regular use, and then the larger one will last like a year. And my experience has been that they don't really go off. They're very, very stable. I've had some in storage longer than they should be. I pull them out and they actually still smell fresh. So I can't tell you how much I would recommend just having this around in case you get little boo-boos like I got on my foot from yesterday, and some other, I mean, barefoot all the time, I get the boo-boos, you know, so you can just slather it on there and help with the healing process. Here's the cleanse powder: noni fruit, soursop, turmeric, moringa, bailey, papaya, and bacopa. Just another cleansing, concentrated, it's food in my world. People might say this is a supplement, but this is actually food, because you're going to feed the microbes in your gut, and they're going to take all this stuff that's in here and they're going to break it down, and they're going to produce medicine inside your gut. That's what the world doesn't understand. The medicine isn't only in the food that you're eating, but it's also in the byproducts of the microorganisms that break down that information, and then that goes into your bloodstream, and that is what activates your genetic potential for good or ill. So do you want to get healthy? You take this. If you want to get unhealthy, you go get a cheeseburger at McDonald's. Can you dig it? Or fried vegetable oils or some garbage like that. Here's the Cacao Elixir. I have not tried this. This must be new, right? This is new, yeah. So I'm on point around here. Kauai grown cacao, mamaki, hell yeah, Bailey spinach, cinnamon, tulsi, ginger. That's got to be good. Stevia and neoi. Holy crap. That's got to be a good one. So everyone try that and let me know what you think. I'm going to have to try it myself. Here's the moringa. Everybody loves moringa. Super high protein, 100% moringa. Little couple teaspoons of that in a smoothie, and you've got protein and vitamins and minerals. Can you dig it? Turmeric powder. This is the jar. I had this and I was like, I didn't want to be greedy, so I didn't want to say, hey Jenna, send me some more of that turmeric powder, but I just took it a little bit at a time. Just I had to nurse it, because otherwise I would have just, I mean, I eat turmeric right out of the ground, and so this kind of just saved my butt. I would put it on little salads and stuff just to give it some vitality and to give it the medicinal power of the turmeric. The cleanse. This is one of my all-time favorite products from Kauai Pharmacy. You cannot go wrong. Curry leaf, the real curry leaf, turmeric, galangal ginger, the other ginger. So there's two different kinds of ginger. Kaffir lime leaf, Hawaiian chili pepper. This in a soup, on a salad, in a vegetable dip. I mean, absolute next level. Not too spicy, but a nice kick and a whole lot of flavor with that curry leaf. Man, I really sound like a salesman today, but I mean it. I'm not kidding around, man. This is serious stuff. Turmeric honey, next level. Put that in your tea. Longevity capsules. Turmeric, noni leaf, cacao, ginger, soursop leaf, and tulsi. So again, you know, I would use this if I had the C word. I'd be popping these like candy. Can you dig it? Because that soursop is the next level, and the noni is the next level. This is the next level. Cacao, ginger, and turmeric honey. It's like honey with medicine in it, okay? So take a spoonful, or two, or three, or eat the whole damn jar, and order another one, and then go to work, okay? And I think I got it. Oh, don't forget the endurance powder. I think this was the one that where I was tired and beat up, and this was the one that made me say I got to get back to Kauai Pharmacy and I got to do some marketing. But really, it's just I just want to be involved in this process and being a middleman for taking what's happening here. I've got my little video show that I've been doing for 14 years almost, and getting this to you. So I took a bite of this one day, and that's when I was like, I got to go back to Kauai Pharmacy, and I got to do some marketing, and I got to do some, I got to share this stuff with the world, because this was just kind of keeping me alive in a way, just keeping my spirit alive, because the freshness of it I could taste, and the rest, a lot of the foods that I was getting, aside from the stuff at the farmer's market, because there was some really good farmers in Prescott, Arizona. What was I doing there? Nothing. Sitting by myself, being lonely and sad. But I was going through some therapy there, actually, with my best friend Tavis. So that's what I spent 14 months doing in Prescott, Arizona, was getting some intensive body work, which really actually has made my life a lot better. But the endurance powder was a game changer. And so I don't know if I read the ingredients on that. Tulsi, moringa, Bailey spinach, ginger, galangal, cinnamon leaf, allspice, turmeric, cacao, ashwagandha, gotu kola. Everything I love in one powder. So, you know, it's, you have to take like a teaspoon or two, but I mean, I would take like a tablespoon and just put it right into my mouth. But that's how I roll. Can you dig it? And then I'm going to start over here. This is the Calm Serum, which I have not tried yet, because that must be new. Am I right? That's new too. So I am running on all 8 cylinders today, at least 6. You know what I'm saying? The Kava Serum I have not used. I don't know. That must be new too. Okay, that is true. I'm getting confirmation from the cameraman. Now, the Sensual Serum I have used. And, you know what I'm saying? I ain't going to try to say too much, but I used this on a couple of my friends, and they liked it. And that's all I'm going to say. And I used it on myself, too, you know, on my face and everything else. And it's very nice because it is actually an organic macadamia nut oil, which is very rare. And it's one of the best fats and one of the best oils to use for beauty. And then it's got some cacao and ashwagandha in it. So it's an herbal infusion of some really great macadamia nut oil. And then what has transpired over the last few years, it looks like, is that the collection of the tinctures has expanded a lot, and it must be cane alcohol. Yes, man, I'm running on 10 cylinders, man, in an 8-cylinder car. So these tinctures are really good too. They're just super concentrated, and the absorption with tinctures is very high. So if you've got your tea and you look these up, you look up what is ashwagandha. Well, that is very good for your oomph, gentlemen. So you take that and you just take in your tea, and with the hot tea, it'll actually burn the alcohol off. And then you've just got the concentrated ashwagandha. You've got the brahmi, which is the tulsi. You got the lemon balm. You got the gotu kola chaste berry, which is really good for the women. Like I said, if you want to get the women's wellness and then add some of this chaste berry, you'll even get a more of a concentrated dose of that herb that actually helps to heal and strengthen and balance your hormones through all the stages of your life. Tulsi, gotu kola, good for the brain. Butterfly pea, which has a really awesome purple color. I'm not sure exactly what that's good for. It's probably calming or something. Oh, it's for the brain. Okay, cool. Yeah, for the crown chakra. Boom. So the butterfly pea for spiritual people. Lemon balm, lilikoi flowers, also good for the brain. More butterfly pea. And here is the I could have opened some of these and stuff, but let me just do it. Here's my little, that's what the curry powder looks like. See if we can get the lighting proper. So that's what that looks like. Isn't that is the next level? I had that on my salad last night. Can you dig it? Here's the cleanse powder. Oops. So they're just powders powdered in the Vitamix. Not supposed to drop the lid and put it back on, but overlook that. You did not see that, any of you. Green powder. I want to see what that Cacao Elixir looks like. Am I going too fast, gentlemen, or am I?
Perfect.
Wow. I gotta. Ooh, that smells good, boy. Dang. And then here's this. Look at this. Oh, praise the Lord. Hallelujah. I want to eat some of that right now. I love turmeric. I love ginger. They're every day in my diet. Moringa powder. Green powders, Dan and his powders. And then the final thing I wanted to, if it isn't one powder, it's another. All the way back up until now. But these are the good ones that are healthy for you and that don't get addicted and take all your money. So be good, kids. Can you dig it? And so here's all the little, look at this, like these have been opened already, but just, man, medicinal honeys, okay? And the last thing I wanted to share was the epicness of these. Here's these are the hydrosols. And these, I nursed these as well because I didn't want them to run out, you know. I think she sent me this nice care package in the middle of my experience in Arizona. And I felt I was homesick for sure. But she sent me a bunch of these hydrosols, and man, did they save my ass, because it's hot and you can't get, there's no water because the stuff in the sky takes all the water out, and it hardly ever rains. And it's just so dry, so you're always dehydrated. So for me, I would just be like, oh, boom. So that's the tea tree, which I love. The lemongrass, which I have never tried before, so I'm glad. I'm going to be looking like I'm sweating here in a minute. Uh-oh, I think we might have a new favorite. You got to love lemongrass. So that's the first time I tried that. But this one, the noni, there's something about the noni that I really nursed this one because I did not want this to run out. I mean, I needed it because this is what reminded me of Kauai Pharmacy. And it is so earthy and so beautiful that it just makes you feel like you're a rich person, you know? And Tulsi, this is just your basic, awesome smelling stuff. There's a very special smell to that, which is unmistakable. And then I also, of course, had the comfrey and that. So, and that just smells like earth love. And this I've also never tried as well. The turmeric hydrosol, and that must be new. Am I correct? Relatively, okay. Oh, man, that smells like dirty earth too. So the dirty earth will save your soul. So everything's too sterile these days. So go out and play outside and get a lot of sunlight and use stuff like this. They got the shirts, they got the herbs. I hope I did a good job. I'm absolutely stoked. I really love this place. I love these herbs and everything, all of this. I love it. There's a few things I haven't tried, but most of it I have. I love every single one of it. And I care about you, and I want you to have some good stuff too to raise your frequency, and everybody wins. Can you dig it? There's some, I think you can use some kind of coupon code DanTheMan and you'll save yourself some money. We didn't even discuss all that because I don't even care. But I want you to save some money, and I want you to be happy, and I want you to be healthy. So I hope I did a good job on this video. Thank you, cameramen. You guys are awesome and patient. And I will see you all on the next video. DTM, your servant at the wagon here on the Kauai Pharmacy, is out.